Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to part 2 of my DVD/Blu-ray update for April. Alrighty guys, yeah, so continuing along with the DVDs, as you probably noticed I changed, because I had to let my camera charge a little bit, and I needed to shower. Fuck, I was filthy. This is gross. Anyways, let's get into this. First up is another $1.50 pickup, and that is Mr. Hush. I've heard actually relatively bad things about this, but I've been curious on it. I wanted to check it out, so can't pass up these $1.50 family video sales. So yeah, Mr. Hush. Thought I'd give it a shot. You know how it is. Alrighty, next up is actually kind of funny because before me and Jeremy were actually heading out to go to family video one day, I was watching Danny's review on this movie on body bags, and I just happened to come across it while I was in the shop, and had to pick it up for $1.50, and that's Hansel and Gretel Get Baked. He actually said that this movie's not a comedy, which really kind of threw me off guard, because I thought this movie was like a complete, horror comedy deal, but apparently it's not, so I'm just looking forward to checking this out now. Yeah, very cool stuff. Next up is another film that I know nothing about. It appears on the cover that it's like a slasher film, but by the premise it seems like it's kind of like a psychological thriller horror film. But I don't know. It might have a slasher feel to it or deal. I don't know. And it's called A Christmas Nightmare. So I'm going to check this out, and if it is like a horror film or whatever, I'm going to probably do this in like another Christmas-related themed thing for December. I don't know. But yeah, Christmas Nightmare looks kind of interesting. Couldn't really find much information on it, actually. It was kind of obscure. Next up is a film called The Bates Haunting. Now, I thought this movie sounded pretty cool. I did watch this film. It's not really that great, but it's not that bad either. It's basically about a girl that goes to work at this Bates haunting. It's basically what it is. It's the Bates farm. It has nothing to do with Norman Bates or the Bates family or nothing. It's a family called the Bates. They have basically a haunted ride on their farm, and they cater to the people. It's like a tourist trap kind of deal thing. Anyways, this girl takes a job there a year after her friend is killed, and then people start getting picked off one by one. It's basically a slasher film. It's okay. It's okay. It's kind of predictable though. Next up is a film that I've heard nothing but bad things about forever, so I had to check it out myself. When I hear nothing but shit things about a film, it just makes me want to watch it more. I really wish I didn't have that mentality, because this movie really was fucking terrible. And that is Smiley. Man, was this movie ever fucking bad. This movie was really, really bad. The whole premise behind this movie is so fucking stupid. The whole ending was just like, are you serious? I hated the main lead in this film. I thought that she was terrible. I fucking really actually have to agree with people. It's bad. It's really fucking bad. Next up is another film from my Ryan Nicholson collection. I can't believe I've never seen this movie, and I just got around to picking it up, and that's Live Feed. Of course, unrated. I heard this movie's pretty fucking messed up, but it's not like one of his best ones, apparently. But yeah, I'm just glad to have it for $1.50. Those fucking can't beat the price, man. Next up is a film that I've heard really good things about, and it's called Deadheads. Of course, this is another Zomcom, but I think this one's a few years old now. I want to say, like, I don't know when the fuck it came out, but whatever. Yeah, Deadheads. I heard pretty good things, so yeah. If you guys know anything about these films that I haven't seen, let me know down below. This one was recommended to me by Jeremy. He did a review on body bags for this one, and actually Scotty just did a review for this one too, and he said it was fucking awesome, so I'm so stoked to check this out, and that's Flu. It's like one of those virus films, outbreak films and stuff, but apparently done really, really well, so looking forward to checking out Flu. It just sounds fucking awesome. I believe it's from Korea, which is super cool, so yeah, that one looks really good. Next up is a film that I just did a review for my Australian horror themed week, and that is called Slaughtered. If you want to know more, check out the review that's going to be posted probably the same day that this part is going to be posted. So this is going to be day 7. So if you've watched this review before this is up, I don't know what order I'm going to be uploading this in. It's weird talking like this. But But yeah, this was day 7. Slaughtered. Next up from fucking Anchor Bay, I Spit on Your Grave 2. Oh man, I don't know why I like these movies so much, man. It's just, I like the remake. I thought it was pretty good. This one wasn't as good as the first remake, but it did have a pretty gnarly kill having to do with some balls. It was brutal. No, I thought it was pretty good. I didn't think the rape scene was as bad in this one as it was in the first one. That's just me, but this one did kind of go on a lot longer. There's a lot more torture and kind of thing. But it was good, though. I thought the lead chick in this film, I thought she was really good. She did a good job, so fucking hot, too. Next up from Anchor Bay is another film that I have not seen, and I've been curious about. I've heard mixed reviews once again, and that's the Black Waters of Echo Pond with Danielle Harris. I can't remember if Danielle Harris is in this film just a little bit, and it's kind of one of those deals where she's on the cover, but she's not really in it that much. I can't remember. But, yeah, I don't know. Had to pick it up. $1.50. $1.50. Next one is a film that I've been wanting to check out for a while. Heard nothing but good things, and that is Luke Evans in No One Lives. Heard really good things about this one, so once again, $1.50. I'm going to stop saying that. Yeah, couldn't pass it up, so. Next up from Anchor Bay also is a film that I've been wanting to see forever. Picked this one up for, I'm going to say I got it for $2.50. $2.50 for this one. And that's All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. Now, I can understand why people don't like this movie, and I can also understand on the flip side why people do like this movie. I thought it was pretty decent. Little predictable, but I did like the girl, the lead in this film. I thought she was really good. Some of the kills were pretty decent. It was okay. Like, it wasn't spectacular, but I had a lot of fun with this. You know, for a film that was, I think, filmed in 2004, supposed to be released in 2006, and to come out, in 2013 or whatever, it doesn't even feel dated, which is very interesting. But yeah, not a bad movie, though. I would recommend it. Next up is another film that I did watch. This is filmed by Nicholas Lopez, of course starring Eli Roth, and he also presents this film, and that's Aftershock. I gotta say, I did like the ending to this movie. It's not really that great. I was expecting bigger things from it, but, it was worth the watch. For $1.50, how can you pass up this? I would recommend it for $1.50. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever seen, but it was kind of brutal in parts, like some of the characters that get, kind of picked off and shit, but it was interesting. I found this at a half-price books that had just opened, I believe. It was it was brand new. And that's the Manitou. This movie generally sells for pretty big money online and stuff, and I found it for $15, so I had to pick that up. It's probably the cheapest I've ever seen it. So Jeremy highly recommends this one, so I've yet to watch it, but I'm going to be watching this one soon, actually. So it just sounds like a really, really fucking good time. Cheesy, apparently really cheesy. So this was a fucking amazing find. Again, at a half-price books, at a different one actually. This was a film I was looking for to do in my 1981 series last year, but I never found it for a good price, so I never picked it up. I came across this thing for $4.99. It sells for $30+ everywhere, and that's The Seduction. Yeah, so with Morgan Fairchild, one of her first films, if not her first film, released by, of course, Anchor Bay. Fucking such a score, man. Such a score. This one kind of slipped through the cracks, because apparently at half-price books, they do like to, do a little bit of research on their DVDs and shit. Saw the insert and everything, which was such a score. I believe, actually, the Manitou also had the fucking insert and shit. I get really lucky when I find these old original Anchor Bay releases. I always seem to get them with the inserts, which is nice. Next up, this is the first art exploitation film release I've actually got. I know Scotty's a really big fan of this label. They've released Toad Road, Hidden in the Woods, and Wither, among films and stuff. I think this is the newest one. Found this at Family Video for $4.99. I couldn't pass it up. Brand new, it goes for $20. So that's Memory of the Dead. This is a film from Argentina. I will be doing a review for this on Body Bag, so check that out in the near future. Yeah, it just sounds really good, and heard nothing but good things from this label, so I got high hopes for this one. But yeah, it was such a fucking fluke. Like, Family Video, we went to like 30 different Family Videos, not one of them had that thing for sale, and randomly just this one did. You know, it was for $4.99. Couldn't pass it up. Next up is a film that I actually watched on Netflix while I was at Jeremy's house in Chicago, and came across the DVD for cheap, so I had to pick it up. And that is Bad Milo. This is a fun movie. Basically about this lead character here. He's got like an office job. He's getting kind of stressed out and stuff. And when he gets stressed out, this creature, this little dude Milo, comes out of his butt and does his dirty work for him. Such a funny premise, but fuck, I had a lot of fun with this, man. I really hope that they do a sequel to this, because it's just a great fun film. I mean, I don't know how you couldn't like Bad Milo. It's just stupid. It's fun. The next 3 films here were actually sent to me by Zach, Movie Collector 666. A big shout out to him. If you're not subscribed to him, leave the link down below. Sub his motherfucking ass. Yeah, and that's Scarlet Diva, film by Asia Argento. I believe that she did direct this, wrote and directed this film. So, looking forward to checking this out. I'm a big fan of Asia Argento. Who the fuck isn't? She's so hot. Next up is The Oracle. I watched this. I thought this movie was really, really fucking good, man. I had a lot of fun with this. I'd heard from people that it was kind of so-so whatnot, but I had a lot of fun with this movie. I thought it was really good. So, yeah, very cool movie. But the best one out of the lot had to have been this movie, and that's A Muck Train. All 3 of these films are from Street Show, by the way. This was really fucking good, man. I had a blast. I talked about this on the podcast. It's about this group of Americans that are in, I think, like, Yugoslavia. They're there to witness some type of sacred pagan ritual or something like that, but turns out that they're the ones that are going to get sacrificed, so they jump ship. They jump on this train that by chance is possessed and shit, and then the train starts killing them off in various ways and shit. It's a great fucking Italian film. I really highly recommend this. It's very cool. It's got some pretty good gore in it. Very well done. I loved it. Next up is a Subversa Films release. Found this one at a half-price books for super cheap, actually, too, $4.99. I was happy to find it. It's from the director of Blood-Sucking Freaks, Joel M. Reed. It's an anthology film called Bloodbath. I was actually kind of disappointed with this. I did watch it. I thought it was a little tame, considering, Blood-Sucking Freaks is pretty fucked up. Pretty nasty film. I find that's just one of the most disturbing films to watch, just in my opinion, just the way it is. Yeah, this one is a lot lighthearted. It's a lot lighter. I think this came out before Blood-Sucking Freaks. I want to say a year before, maybe. The stories weren't that bad. It just wasn't that crazy. I am going to revisit this one and give it another shot, but I was a little disappointed, but it's an anthology film. Comes with a really cool slipcover, alternate cover underneath. I love when they do that. So Versa puts out good releases. And another release, I'm sure this did have a slipcover at one time, but and that is Christopher Lee in Funny Man. This movie came out in 1993. Very cool release. Subversa, it's got the booklets, the arts and shit. Very cool stuff. I need to check this movie. I've been dying to watch this. I just haven't gotten around to checking it out yet. So, but I've heard nothing but good things, and man, I just, that fucking jester just looks so damn creepy on the cover there. Ugh. Next up from Scream Media is a film called The Expelled. Fuck. I watched this, and this was actually going pretty damn good. I felt sorry for the teacher. He's an alcoholic. He's having marital problems. His daughter's in his class. His daughter doesn't really respect him. The teachers are on his ass all the time. The kids don't like him that much. And, you kind of feel bad for this guy. And, and then all of a sudden these hooded guys, these teens or whatever, come into the school and start harassing and start picking off people and shit. And then the movie ends. There is no fucking end to this movie. I was so pissed off. It fucking ends. It's like they ran out of money and they just ended the movie. I was pissed, man. There's no explanation for anything. Oh, dude. I was so mad. I was so mad. Nice. Dawkin. Next up is another Scream Media release, and that is the other Home Sweet Home that came out last year. There was 2 of these home invasion films. This is a home invasion film. It's basically about this couple that's at home, and this dude is already in their house before they get home. And he's setting up traps and setting up shit and stuff like that. He fucking kills the husband, harasses the shit out of the wife, and there's a pretty fucking interesting twist in this. I actually didn't mind this movie. I thought it was pretty entertaining, actually. It was just interesting, you know, by the time the twist got there. I thought it was pretty cool. So I do recommend that one. I thought it was pretty fun. Next up is a film by Brett Piper. I've been looking for this one for a long time. And that is Muck Man. This was written by Brett Piper and Mark Polonia, of course, from the Polonia Brothers. Yeah, very typical Brett Piper film. Creature feature. It's got, you know, stop motion animation in it. Good effects and stuff. Very cool premise. I have a full review of this on Body Bags on Sundays, so if you're watching this late Saturday night or whatever, yeah, that review will be up. So check it out. I recommend it. And that was from Chemical Burn. Yeah, Chemical Burn put that out as weird. Next up is a Cat Motion Pictures release, and it's called Sculpture. I don't know shit about this, but I buy anything from Cat Motion Pictures, so I like to support them. They always put out some really bad shit that I always seem to enjoy. So Sculpture, don't really know much about it, but yeah. Next up is a film from Magnolia, and it is apparently inspired by true events. It's called Compliance. This was another recommendation from Jeremy. Came across it for $1.50, so decided to pick it up. I heard this movie's real fucking nasty. Real nasty shit, so yeah, looking forward to checking that out. Next up from Image is Bloody Homecoming. Yeah, where do I start with Bloody Homecoming? First off, the acting is absolutely a fucking shit fest. That's some of the worst acting I've ever seen, man. It's so bad. Kills are pretty modest. There is one really cool one involving some bleachers. The whole movie's pretty shitty, though. I thought this was actually really fucking poor. I'd heard a lot of good things from people going into this one, and I'm not entirely sure what they were watching, because this was pretty dreadful. Yeah, I don't recommend it. I thought it was pretty fucking bad. I agree with Jeremy on that. He was ripping that movie a new asshole on our podcast, and I don't blame him. Next up is an Australian film that I did not do in my Aussie theme week, because I know everybody watching this video watched all those videos. No. But, yeah, I actually reviewed this on Body Bags the day before I started my Aussie, which is interesting. I didn't even plan it like that, so technically I did 8 Australian films in a row. This was good. This was really good, based on true events, about a couple that's on a road trip, and the wife gets abducted. She wakes up in this kind of clinic area. She was pregnant at the time. She wakes up in a bathtub full of ice. Her baby is no longer there. She soon later finds out that there's a bunch of other girls in this place and stuff like that, and they got to figure out how to fucking get out of there and stuff. And yeah, some pretty cool twists and turns in this and stuff. Full review on Body Bags. Check it out. This is a good movie. Next up from Synapse Films is a film called Header. Now, I wanted to check this out forever. This is fucking awesome, man. It's so nasty. It's so nasty. I'm not going to tell you what a header is. Just go out and find this movie and watch for yourself, and then you'll right away find out what a header is. It's fucking nasty. This was good. This was really good. I really enjoyed it. And next up is another shitty fucking shark movie. I had to pick it up. I love the Jaws ripoff, and that's Sand Sharks. I mean, come on. You can't pass up a movie called Sand Sharks. I think one of these times, I'm going to do a shitty shark week, because I have so many shark movies that I need to visit, and this is definitely one of them. But Sand Sharks, $1.50. Fuck, can't pass it up. Next up from Shout Factory is this is the first volume, the first season of Swamp Thing, the TV series. I've actually never seen this before, so looking forward to checking this out. I know that there's another volume which has season 2 and season 3, and then I think there's like a bonus volume or something like that, so I gotta pick up those. This was $10 at a Fry's in Chicago, so I couldn't pass it up. It's a fucking good deal. And right before I went on holidays, we found a really good deal on eBay on this one. Jeremy had actually bid on this before even telling me that he did, but he knew that I wanted it anyways. Ended up getting this for about $30, which is a good price. And that's the Sleepaway Camp Survival Kit. No, this is not the one with the Red Cross on the cover. I didn't even care if I got that one or not. I just wanted these films. I just wanted this box set because I like my box set, so I just never picked it up. The thing is, you know, it's got another copy, obviously, of Sleepaway Camp in there. So when the Blu-ray from Scream Factory comes out, I'm going to have 4 copies of this movie. I'm just wondering to myself how the fuck I managed to get 4 copies of Sleepaway Camp. But yeah, I wanted it because I had all the Canadian editions of the sequels and stuff, and apparently they're cut. It's weird. The running time's the same and stuff. I don't know. I haven't watched them in a long time, but yeah, you know, everything was in this. It was all together and stuff. The bonus disc was in there and stuff. So I was happy to get this in really good shape for $30. So yeah, Survival Kit, Sleepaway Camp. Stay tuned for more on that on the podcast, actually. And you know what? That is going to do it for this update. I had like 85 films or something like that to show in these 2 updates. It was just ridiculous. Next month I'm going to have, it's probably going to be mostly just a Blu-ray update. I got a lot of Blu-rays I need to pick up. Like the last few Redemption releases and stuff, and then there's some Scream Factories that are coming out and stuff too, so it's going to be an expensive month. I have a few things on order, so be on the lookout for that one next month. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for April. Hope you enjoyed the update, and I will be back with some more videos next week. So if you're waiting for my shelf-by-shelf Blu-ray series, that's going to be coming up next week, so stay tuned for that. I know a lot of people have been hounding me about that, but I didn't want to post any of the videos this week because I was doing the Aussie week. It's just way too many fucking videos. So anyways, guys, be on the lookout for that. It's your boy Moon616 signing off. Peace.